Stand by.
What's happening?
Turn over.
65, take 2.
Action.
The classic legend of the Headless Horseman is coming to the big screen in the film event of 1999. Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. The film stars Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, Miranda Richardson, Christopher Walken, Casper Van Dien, Michael Gambon, Jeffrey Jones, and Christopher Lee.
Cut.
Burton and his cast were drawn to the timeless nature of Washington Irving's original story.
The image of a headless horseman, it's just very powerful. And I love horror movies. It's always a pleasure to be taking this kind of material and then bring it to life.
3 persons have been murdered there with their head locked off. It's a fantastic story. Somewhat macabre. Certainly very unusual.
Horseman!
There's action, and there's romance. You have the humor of a clumsy detective, and the darkness and the spookiness of a great old horror film. So yeah, there's a little bit for everybody.
At the center of the story is Ichabod Crane, a constable from New York City who is sent to the small town of Sleepy Hollow to investigate a series of grisly murders.
He's the outsider, he's the stranger that comes into town. He doesn't believe in ghouls and goblins and headless horsemen. He believes in things that are real, that are proven fact.
Interesting. In headless corpse cases of this sort, the head is removed to prevent identification of the body.
But we know this was Jonathan Nesmith.
Precisely so. Why was the head removed?
Yeah, it's about a guy who lives in his head versus a guy with no head, which I always like. Yeah, as I say.
For Burton, one of the highlights of the project was reuniting with Depp, his leading man from Edward Scissorhands and Ed Wood.
I enjoy working with him because I appreciate actors that like to transform and change and do different things and not afraid to get messy and dirty and drag through the mud.
Action.
Christina Ricci plays Katrina Van Tassel, the daughter of Sleepy Hollow's most affluent family.
Well, I think the script is really amazing. And one of the great things about it is sort of every character has a bit of mystery to them.
Which of you have laid eyes on this headless horseman? I see. We have murders in New York without benefit of ghouls and goblins.
You're a long way from New York, Constable.